I'm just taking some 240 sandpaper over it and going in one direction to give it that kind of aluminum look, only this is stainless steel. You know, I get the marker off and get the stains off and cutting it with the mini grinder, it kind of, and through into the wood, kind of leaves a wood stain on it, smoke stain. So, take this cap off. I think I need to tweak this edge here a little bit. It looks a little rough. Take this off. Bring that point off a bit. The point right there that's interfering with the fit. So there we go. This basically needs to be screwed in yet here, but I got that filler put in there. And that's stainless steel, so I don't have to polish it. It's going to be like, and that'll be like together there. And then that wraps around there. There's some fasteners there that I'm going to change out. I just use some tech screws to hold it in, but that's basically how it's going to be in there like that. And then the frame goes over top of it. So this side here is a little bit baggy. So I'm going to tighten it up by shrinking it in this shrinker machine here. Try that now. That hooks in there much nicer now, but it could come off a little bit right there. I'll clamp it in place again. And then right there. So I like it up here. I should clean this up too. It's pretty good. Could use a little bit more. Just slight little gap there. So there's going to be rubber going around this edge right here. So that'll seal the rest of that gap. And this here looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That looks good on this side. Alright, so I'm going to go over the other side and see what it needs over there. Pair of caps. This is a little long too. Could use some shrinking over here as well. And a little trim on this on this steel here too. Cut it out a little bit right there by grinding it. And then I'll shrink this and that'll pull into the car. Alright. So we'll go back to the shrinker and we'll shrink this side out. Now, how far did I shrink? What's nice about aluminum is it's nice and soft. It's like Rachelene says, it's clay. Metal is clay, but this here's softer metal clay. Okay, so maybe a little bit more right here. I'll curve that in. That might be a little too much curve right there, but I can open it up with a hammer. Beat it on my flat surfaced $80 table saw. Actually, I think I want to put a burr here. Okay, let's see how this is going to fit now. See how it looks. It looks pretty symmetrical. And then it flares out at the back slightly. This here flares a little too much. And it's got a bit of a burr on it. I think I'm going to deburr that with the grinder. There's a spot here that I wanted that I marked that I wanted to open up here a bit. Maybe I should bulge this area a little bit. Just kind of open this up a little bit right there because it looks like it goes like this and I want it to be a gentle roll up. And when I take that off there, that should be kind of a gradual roll there too. So I'll bulge that a little bit too. So we'll do some English wheeling. See if we can kind of do some gentle shaping on here so it's kind of curved a little bit. that looks pretty good. I kind of let's help in there like that. It's touching here a little bit. It's touching right there a little bit. So I can lift that up a little bit. Because the rubber's going to go on. And this should go down, flatten out more. This too. Flatten out more. Okay, I'm going to put a couple fasteners in here where I think I want them. I have it a half an inch down from the top. There's a hole there already. That looks really amazing. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to get a couple more fasteners. I think I should put one right down there and then do the same on the other side. So half an inch up. These will get walnuts and screws. I'll mess up my pole screw here. And I'm filing on it. Should actually roll that a little bit. So I think maybe I should do that. Get that to fit a little better. I'm going to take it right off. And these self-tapping screws are just to hold it there while I work on it in its position that it needs to be. And then I'll be drilling them out I'm putting some walnuts in and stainless steel screws to hold it in position. And I'll be using these holes. And if these holes aren't aesthetically the right position, or physically not in the right position, and according to the curve of the body, I may have to put like a little bridge in there to put the walnut into to hold it onto the body with a couple other fasteners underneath the frame. So I'm just going to roll this out a little bit with the English wheel and the flat wheel. Yeah, that looks good. So I just got a few little imperfections to sand out here. This flare's pretty good. I think I should tap it in a wee bit there and a wee bit there. Make it come more to a point here, like the other side. So I think I'm going to do that. Body handle. Could use a little bit of rolling up. Once that rubber's on, it's going to need some room to roll. So I should stretch it a wee bit here. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I got that sorted out. That side there will sand out good. And put some fasteners in here now. Put it back on and do some more sanding. Bit of a high spot right there. I have the frame all sorted out, and I have some Lex sand in the openings, bonded in. And that's polycarbonate, that piece right there for the windshield. So I just have it all clamped and put in place. Still have some holes to drill and mark the holes symmetrically around the outside and put some screws in this piece here. But other than that, you know, it's just basically a little cleanup with some fine paper, and then I'm going to probably polish this, or I actually might fill it a little bit with some repair material and base clear it silver. So we'll see how that looks. I'll polish it first and see if I like it, and if I don't, then I'd like to maybe put some paint on it, because the polishing, it actually you have to maintain it. You know, I mean, if I do polish it, and I could put some clear on it, and there's some good clears out there that'll probably stick to polished aluminum, but once it starts peeling, it's a mess. So I either like to just leave it the way it is, polish it, and then just let it kind of oxidize, so it's like old school aluminum, like the car gets after a while. When you don't maintain the polishing on it, you get that kind of, you know, that old weathered kind of look. But you know, I'd like to try putting some base clear on a piece and see how that looks. We'll go from there. So there we go. We basically have the window put in here, and I'm going to put some stainless steel Phillips screws around the outside into the Lexan. And you can see the wiper function. Okay, that's all I need is a wiper that functions. Unfortunately, the swing action of the wiper and the frame itself is compromised slightly, but you know, I don't care. I'm probably not going to drive it in the rain anyways, and if I do, well, I'll pull over and stop if it gets pouring, but that should suffice for the safety inspection. The filler all in behind there. Here's just got the membrane on it still. I gotta pull the membrane off it. But other than that, it's done. I just want to move ahead now, and I'm going to do the steel frame underneath the shell, and I want to do some body work on it and deburr it and sand it and epoxy prime it, and I want to paint it. I think I'm going to paint it black and then put some felt pads on it so when the shell goes over top it doesn't bruise any of the paint when it sits on there, and when it gets fastened down it won't cause any issues. So thanks for watching. I'll be working on the steel frame next, and that'll be my next video, and you can check that out. And I'm looking forward to having this job on the windshield finished and moving on to some other small projects on the car. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.